Hey guys, so I'm back with Madison and Delaney. This video is going to be a story time about our experience at Never Be the Same Tour, Detroit.
Detroit.
Yes. So, a little backstory. Camila announced that she was doing a Never Be the Same tour. So, we wanted to go. Like, we love Camila. So, I live in New York, she lives in Kansas, and then she lives in Michigan. So, when I saw that Camila was playing Toronto, that's that's the closest city to me. So I was like, I guess I could go to Toronto. So, I was trying to talk to my dad about it, which I would have went today, which is Friday.
Yeah.
See, the thing with Toronto is it's another country. It's only a 2.5 hour drive from where I live, but it's another country, and I don't have a passport, I don't have an enhanced license, I didn't want to have to deal with that. So, and then Camila wasn't playing Kansas.
No, closest would have been St. Louis or maybe Chicago or probably Denver. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So, we decided, when we saw that Camila was playing Detroit, she was let me see how much plane tickets are. So
Probably hadn't even asked me yet.
No, I don't
No,
know.
she was asleep.
Yeah,
you and I, we had 100 text messages about that.
talking.
Yeah.
So she was like, let me look and see.
Part of the problem is I have friends back home, but none of them are into the same stuff I am, really.
Yeah.
And those two are, and so it's frustrating that we can't go to concerts together a lot. But I
Yeah.
don't really have someone to go to concerts with
Right.
who are willing to drive 8 hours to Denver or something.
To an event, yeah.
Yeah.
They're if it's not playing Rochester, I'm not going with you.
Yeah.
So basically, we were looking, and she was like, yo, these plane tickets really aren't that bad.
Yeah.
So I was a little bitch, and I was like, let me look, girl. So I looked, and at the time, I was unemployed. And
so was I.
I had to use my mommy and daddy's money. But to be fair, they owed me money. So,
to be fair, I had just lost my job, so it's alright. I was
Yeah.
getting severance, it's okay.
So, basically, we decided we were going to go. But,
Yeah.
we
still had to ask her.
when she woke up, she was like, what the hell? And, do you mind if I bring up?
Go ahead.
Okay, so she had a friend that was a little bitch. I hope you're watching this, bitch.
Oh, God.
VIP! Anyway, I'm sorry.
We had actually talked earlier that morning because I woke up. And so I talked to her, and then I fell back asleep, and they were texting while I was asleep.
So basically, I don't really know how it turned into this, but it was us against this girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which this girl already had problems with me, and I used to have problems with her, but because I was jealous and all that shit. But I got over it because my friends are allowed to have other friends.
Yeah.
And I was just completely indifferent to this girl until now.
Yeah. So basically, long story short, this girl who lives not in Michigan was friends with her, and she wanted to see Camila with her.
And there wasn't one in her state.
Yeah, so she wanted to fly to Michigan, stay at Delaney's house, and see Camila. We also wanted to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And this girl had plans to come up here earlier with Delaney to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
They were supposed to see Taylor Swift. She bought the tickets in August. So when it was us kind of saying we wanted to come for Camila and this girl, Delaney decided to let us come because she already had plans with this girl.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be more fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
I'm already seeing
I'm going to see you in August, so I think I want them to come. It wasn't malicious at all.
Yeah.
You were just trying to, make it, not, fair, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's fair.
Yeah, it's not like she did it to be well, I'd rather them come than you. I'd rather see Camila with them.
And the friend took it as, I favor them over
which
her.
is not true.
So basically, this girl turned, she was I can't do this anymore and stop being friends with her, which was really, I felt really bad.
Yeah, I felt really
bad.
But it's you're going to end a friendship over a concert.
Yeah.
Which she would probably not have even been able to come to.
Yeah, that's a whole...
Because this girl is, older. She's, 23, 24. And she had to ask her mommy and daddy if she could go see Taylor Swift. I'm 19. My mom and
Yeah.
dad were like, if you want to go and you're paying for stuff, go ahead.
Yeah,
Like,
she hadn't even like brought it up to her parents. Her parents
About
didn't even know
August.
about me.
And Camila's concert was 2 months away.
yeah, like this happened on Valentine's Day, or a couple days before, because tickets went on
Yeah.
sale Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So basically, that girl, and then Camila's opening on the Reputation
Which is
tour.
Yeah,
The greatest karma you could ever get.
yeah, because we were supposed to see Taylor together, and then like it wasn't like maybe a month later after we
Yeah.
stopped being friends. Like it was announced that Camila was opening.
So
I was
she
like-
could have seen not only Camila but Taylor
Yeah.
with Delaney,
Yeah.
and she just
She ruined it.
and like also like you paid for her ticket and didn't ask for money back.
Yeah, I
Which-
didn't expect her to.
That to me was like, how are you about to stop being friends with someone who bought you a Taylor Swift ticket? Like, I know that
Yeah.
sounds like greedy of me to say, but like,
That's bullshit.
she bought me a Taylor Swift ticket,
Yeah.
and like, we're not stopping being friends. Like, no, like I'm paying her back for it, obviously, but
Yeah, well, you'll just pay for the hotel. It's fine.
is that what we decided now?
I don't know.
I keep changing
I
it.
know.
Anyways, so basically, flash forward to Valentine's Day. We all woke up and we bought the diamond package,
Yeah.
which, holy shit. So, basically, flash forward to now. She got here a week early because they went to see Five Sauce together.
Yeah,
I didn't go,
Chicago.
so I can't really talk on it. If y'all want to do your own video, but you don't have a channel, so yeah. So they saw Five Sauce, and then I flew in Monday. Which, if you watch our friendship tag, we got matching tattoos
Yeah.
for Camila.
My won't roll up.
The concert was Wednesday, April 25th. So she lives about 2.5, 3 hours from Detroit. So we got ready that morning and we were on our way. You know, like we stopped at McDonald's, everything. So we had to be there by 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, check-in was 3 to 4.
So we got there at like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we found parking really close, which
Yeah.
was really awesome.
Yeah, it's like a
And then, like, after like I said, parking was $5. And then, after our meet and greet, when we went out to the car to, like, you know, put our stuff down and everything, it said it was 15, but she had a ticket for 5. But then when we ended up leaving, the gate was open and there was
Yeah, we
nobody
didn't
there.
pay anything.
So we got free parking, which was
Yeah,
lit.
that was pretty awesome.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, but anyway, so we got there at like 2, and we got our tickets at the box office for the concert, and it was kind of funny because, like, obviously I'm from New York and she's from Kansas,
Yeah.
so when I went up and gave the guy my ID, he's like looking at it, because my ID is up and down because I'm underage, but also I'm from New York, so my ID was also different looking, so the guy was just kind of like, what? And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm from New York. And he, like, I said it right on there, but, and he goes,
Yike.
oh. And then, like, when I went to, like, because he was like, because he typed in my name, and he goes, who's Felix? And I'm like, my dad? And I'm like, well, the tickets are in my name, right? And he's like, technically no, but since you have the same last name, you're good. So I was like, or, like, the same address. So I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
So then she went up, and, like, she's from Kansas, so he was like, I'm gonna be seeing IDs from every state tonight,
Yeah.
aren't I? Which, I mean, yeah, he probably saw quite a few.
Yeah.
You probably saw a lot from Canada, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Michigan and Canada are really close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we waited in line, and you guys, well, no, this was, you guys were nervous that we weren't in the right spot.
I was nervous that we were in the wrong line.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 different lines. But I
feel like they were
I
both
stressed out a
really nervous and everything.
Yeah.
I
And
wasn't
I
as
was
nervous
chill.
as her,
I was
but I was a
nervous
little,
and
like,
anxious.
I mean, I did want to, like, make sure we were, like, in the right place and everything.
Because, like, I'd never done a meet and greet like this before.
Yeah,
Like,
see,
I've met people, like, after concerts, but I never, like, paid for a proper meet and greet before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
so-
I was totally chill.
Yeah, like, this was her second, like, VIP experience. This
Yeah.
was my third. And then this was her first.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it made sense as to why you
Yeah.
were so nervous.
Yeah.
So we waited in line, and at, like, 3:05, they let us in the venue. So, and it was kind of, like, annoying because they kept saying, no bags, no bags, no bags.
Yeah.
And she's like, where am I supposed to put my stuff? Like, I
Yeah.
ended up just bringing my little, like, ID, like, holder and a brush. And then, like, that's literally it, and I had it in my pocket. But she brought her purse, because, you know, she had her keys and, like, her
Yeah.
wallet, like, so luckily she was able to bring it in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, there was a guy that when we were, like, about to walk in the venue, he's like, no purses, no
Yeah,
purses.
but then in the video, they're like, it's fine.
And, like, we were, like, freaking out. Like, I had a mini panic attack.
Yeah, I was like-
'Cause she was standing there, like, going like this, and Madison was like, are you gonna go? Do you want us to wait? And I was like, ah!
I know, it was stressful.
And I decided to just bite the bullet. Like,
Yeah.
if they were gonna take it away from me, like, I didn't really have anything that important in there.
And they would have had to give it back to you. Like, they
Yeah.
would have been, like, after VIP or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, they can't expect people to just want to leave their stuff. Especially
Yeah.
if people, like, our parking was close,
Yeah.
but if someone had to park far away, like,
Yeah.
that would have sucked.
Yeah. And if they just got dropped off.
Yeah, like, if
that
their
sort of
parents
thing.
just dropped them off.
Yeah.
So, we got into the venue, you know, we went through a metal detector. Then we just sat around.
We sat around for, like, probably over an hour.
It was like an hour
It was
and a
well
half.
over an hour.
Yeah, like,
And, like, it was kind of frustrating because I kind of wish they told us, like, when the Q&A, like, actually started.
Because check-in was 3 to 4.
And then there was no other details about
But
times.
we literally didn't get let into, like, the actual auditorium
So, like,
until, like, 5.
yeah, it was a little bit before 5.
Yeah. Because we were let in at 3.
Yeah.
And then, so we sat on the ground, like, after we were checked in and everything.
Yeah.
We sat on the ground from, like, 3:30 to, like, 4:45.
Yeah.
So it was a little annoying.
Yeah.
Because, like, we knew we were waiting for the Q&A, but we
Yeah.
had no idea, like, what was going on.
Yeah.
So, finally, and, like, people kept opening the doors.
I know.
For, like, the theater, like, the doors would open, and, like, we'd all kind of be like,
Oh, we're going in, and then no.
and then it would just be some random person, like, trying to, like,
And
do
like they
something.
were not telling us like when we were gonna go in or anything like that, so it was
Yeah.
just kind of frustrating.
And they were starting to set up the merch.
Yeah.
So I wanted to wear the Real Friends shirt for my meet and greet because I planned on talking about how much that song meant to me. I ended up, like, if you saw my picture, like, I ended up not being able to buy merch. But I was like, at least if we're sitting here, they should let us buy merch.
Yeah.
Like, because other people in other meet and greets had merch on in their
Yeah.
photos. So I thought, you know. But, so we were finally let in. And we're standing in, like, I mean, I've been to my fair share of concerts. Like, I've been to quite a few concerts. But this, like, I mean, I know it's just Q&A, but it ended up being like this for the concert, too. The stage was, like, here, okay? The barricade was, like, here. So it was, like, it was pretty
Really
close to
close.
the stage, and then, like, it was just all standing room.
Yeah.
Which I knew it was going to be standing room, but I didn't think it was going to be, like, that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, that was weird to
It was
me.
kind of weird.
I really thought that they were gonna have seats at least for the meet and greet.
Or, like,
or
yeah,
the
like the
Q&A.
Q&A. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, I mean, I understand why they didn't, because they literally would have put the chairs out for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, okay. The girl that was, like, reading the questions to Camila was sitting on the stage, and all of a sudden, like, you know, we once we were in there, we must have waited maybe, like, 20 minutes
Yeah.
for her to come out and, like, do the Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, like, you know, like, there's two sides to the stage, obviously. I was, like, fairly certain that she was going to come out from this side.
Mhm.
She came out from this side.
Yeah.
So, like, all of a sudden, like, I was kind of, like, looking over, and then I heard people, like, starting to get really excited, and I look over, and Camila's just standing there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit. Like, I was like, oh, my God, like, she's out here. And she was adorable,
Yeah, she
first
was
of all.
so
Like,
cute.
she's so,
Yeah.
and she was wearing a Detroit
Tigers.
Detroit
Yeah.
Tigers, like, jersey. I'm not from, well, obviously.
Yeah,
I'm not-
we're not wrong.
So we were, like, when everybody, she was like, do you like my jersey? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. And Delaney was like, she doesn't like that team. So she was like,
I
but,
don't like baseball.
yeah.
Yeah, do I?
So, like, that makes sense, though, because the stadium was, like, right across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we don't want to sound ungrateful. Like, that's not our
Yeah.
intention at all. But the night before, right? Or a couple nights before,
Yeah.
they sent us an email with all of our information, and you were able to submit questions for the Q&A, which I understand why they did it that way, but the Q&As I've been to in the past, they just pick people from, like, the
Yeah.
audience to, like, ask questions, like, you know, ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like how they did it beforehand,
Yeah.
because, like, I feel like that way, like, the questions that were asked we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Until the last one. That last question was a
Yeah.
little like, are you serious? This one got, like, she had really good questions. Like, me and her didn't submit any because we just, like, we couldn't think.
Yeah.
But she submitted 5 questions. 5?
2, 3.
Oh, she submitted, like, 2, 3 questions, and they were really good. So, like, I'm not gonna, and, like, they said, like, this question's from so-and-so, and then, like, Camila would, like, wave to them and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, I really wanted her to get a question answered.
Yeah, me too.
But I recorded the whole Q&A, and it was like 3 minutes and some odd seconds. And then Camila was like, bye.
Yeah. She answered 5 questions.
She answered 5 questions.
That's okay.
Pause.
But like I said after that, I was like, I'm really glad we didn't just get Q&A, because like the money that would have been spent on Q&A, I feel like with what we got wouldn't really be worth it.
Like,
That's just my opinion.
there was some, like, because we paid after taxes $260.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, it was like something like that.
Yeah.
There was, like, there weren't a lot. Because, like, the girl said, because there was white wristbands, which we had. They took theirs off, but. And then I guess there was gray. And then there was blue.
Yeah.
The blue wristbands were not meet and greet. They were just Q&A.
Yeah.
So the girl was like, you know, if you have a blue wristband after this, like, we'll escort you out, and then you have to wait for the concert. And everyone was like, there's no blue wristbands. And the girl was like, there are. You're just surrounded by white wristbands. And I was like, damn, like, that's kind of rude. I feel bad for the, like, Q&A people.
Yeah.
Seeing Camila not in performance mode, like, just, like, being herself,
Yeah.
must have been really cool. Like, that was really cool.
Yeah, it was.
But I would not have wanted to pay $125 for 3 minutes.
Yeah, me either.
Like, the amount of waiting that we did, like, I'm fine with the Q&A. Like, it was, like,
Yeah.
really, it was, you know, it was cool. But if I just had Q&A and not meet and greet, I would have been upset.
Yeah, I would have been upset.
I would have been, like, I would have been happy for the experience,
Yeah.
but I would have been like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially if my question didn't get answered.
yeah, especially if my question didn't get answered, I'd be like, are you effing kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
I think part of the problem with our Q&A, like, we'll talk about it later, but the vocal rest.
Oh, right. So, flash forward to, welcome back. So, flash forward to the Q&A, it's over. So those that did not have meet and greet were escorted out, which there was only like 4 of them.
Yeah, there
like
was
it
not
was
very
really not very, and like I felt so bad for them because like
know.
they had to leave and like they knew all these people were meeting her. Like I felt really
Yeah.
bad. But hello Hobbs. This is Hobbs, her kitty. So basically, we lined up for meet and greet. So we lined up. And the girl that read the questions was also the photographer for the meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, she was just giving us the ground rules. Like, since we have our tattoos and we had seen people getting individuals and groups, we were really hoping to get individuals and then a group picture.
Yeah.
The rules must have been changed.
Yeah, I think the
Because
rules
when the
changed.
tour first started, people were wearing merch in the meet and greet. People were getting, like, a bunch of photos,
Yeah.
which I get why they changed it, because it was probably taking, like, way too long,
Yeah.
but it was not fair.
Yeah.
Like, if they started it that way, they should have finished it that way
Yeah.
for the tour. Like, I
Yeah.
personally, I was a little upset that we weren't able to get a group photo, but I was okay.
Yeah.
Because I was meeting her, so I wanted, like, I was
Yeah.
very grateful. But I was a little, like, that's not fair, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So then, the girl, you know, she's like, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then she goes, and Camila's on vocal rest, so, like, low-key, like, don't talk to her.
yeah.
Because she's not going to talk back to you.
Yeah.
Which, Madison, like, she was, like, the one that was like, it's fine, like, we're meeting her, like, it's fine. I got upset.
Yeah.
I got really...
I mean, I was upset, but
she didn't, like, vocalize. Like, I didn't,
Yeah.
like, you know, I didn't, like, complain to, like, the girl, or, like, I didn't,
Yeah.
like, sit there, like, ah. But when they said Camila was on vocal rest, I got really upset. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't cry or anything, but I was just kind of like, are you kidding me? Like, I've waited 6 years for this, and she can't even talk to me.
I was getting really nervous because, like, I had this story I wanted to tell her.
Yeah, like, we
But
all
then I was
had
like,
different stories.
But I don't want to tell her this long story if she can't talk back. Like,
Yeah,
obviously
like-
I still want to tell her some, but then I started really freaking about what I was going to say.
Yeah, like, the last thing you wanted to do was tell her the story and just have her be like,
Oh.
Or,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just, like, that's putting her in an awkward position because
Exactly.
she can't respond to your story, which probably makes her feel bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I was really, like, I was kind of distraught. I was like, oh my god. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? So, basically, now we're going to turn it over to each individual person. So, you know, we waited in line, and at first, like, we thought Camille was already taking pictures, but then we
Yeah.
saw her, like, walk by.
Yeah, and we're like, oh.
So I was like, oh, like, yeah. So, the line at first was, like, you know, it was, like, fairly moving, you know.
Yeah.
And then it started going, like,
Really
boom,
fast.
boom, 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 boom. Like,
And then
people
I
were-
started getting so nervous.
Yeah, like, my heart was in my ass.
Yeah.
Like, I was, like, holding onto the wall. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my
and, like, I
god.
decided that I was going first, and, like,
Yeah.
like, before the line started moving, like, I was okay. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fine. And then when we got, like, 10 people away, I started, like, shaking.
And mind you, this was her first meet and greet.
Yeah.
And also, like, this was my third, and I was
Yeah.
freaking out.
And then there was, like, 2 people in front of me, and, like, I felt like I was gonna start crying. And then, like, I could, like,
Yeah.
see her, and, like, I was so nervous.
Yeah, because, like, once you get, like, only a couple people away, like, you can see her, like,
Yeah,
meeting people.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
So then it's my turn, and,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like, I'm still happy about my experience, because I got to meet her. But I wish I could do it over again.
Yeah,
Like, I got
I
in
do
there, and, like, she goes in straight, well, she's like, hi, cutie, and so I'm like, oh, so she is talking to people.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
So, like, I walk in, like, I hug her, and, like, right as the hug is ending, the photographer starts counting down.
Yeah, but she did say that she was going to count down for the photo,
Yeah.
but we didn't expect it to
I
be
d-
the way that it was.
Yeah, and I thought she was going to be like, okay, I'm going to take the photo, here comes the countdown.
Mm-hmm.
But she, like, I wasn't even, like, done hugging her, and she started going 3, 2, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so, like, I kind of turned, and I didn't do the pose that I wanted to. Like, I didn't want to just, like, have, like, a side hug pose. But, I mean, I was happy with the pose, but my face looks really trashy in my picture. Like,
You were so caught off guard.
that's my
Yeah.
problem. And, like, my eyes look crazy, and, like, there's a strand of hair in front of my face, which didn't help at all. And I'm not happy with my picture. But I still got to meet her. And then, like, I felt like after the photo, like, I had to just walk away, but I still wanted to tell her stuff. Like, I really wanted to bring up our tattoos. And so I'm, like, starting to walk away because I feel like they're going to, like, start pushing me away. And I'm, like, holding up my arm with my tattoos, like, right here. And I'm like, me and my friends, like, we got this, and this is our first time meeting. We're friends from online. She's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I felt like an idiot. But, yeah, and
Yeah.
then she, like, said she loved me again. And I told her I loved her. And then I walked away, and I was,
See,
like, shaking.
The big thing, which, like, I'll let her tell her story, but, like, the big thing is, like, we realized this after. Camila didn't realize the tattoos were for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just like, oh, you got a tattoo, like,
yeah,
good for you.
In
Like,
case you couldn't tell exactly what it is, it says love only, and then it has a butterfly.
right, which if you remember, Camila, when she was in Fifth Harmony, she did that shirt for the children.
Save the children. I
Save
think
the
that was.
children.
Yeah.
And it was a shirt with, like, her eyes on it, and then it said love only.
Yeah.
And during, like, before the album was out, she put out a lot of butterfly emojis.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. So, love only, like, that's, like, I didn't really think that my first tattoo, because it's my first, like, would be celebrity related. Like, I was thinking about getting a music note here, like Selena Gomez has. So it wouldn't be like a Selena Gomez tattoo, but it would be like a subtle, like,
Yeah, and like
thing
that,
to
this is kind
her.
of the same way.
But, so when they were, like, talking about getting a tattoo, I don't really remember how it started, but
Yeah.
we just, like, we're
First
talking
we were just
about,
gonna get butterflies.
yeah, we were first gonna get butterflies, and then she was like, well, I really, really want to do love only.
then
And,
I was
like, Camila
yeah.
did that for her shirt for the campaign, so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it could be, like, to her. Like, it has more than, like, it's more than just Camila.
Yeah.
Like, we all have our
Yeah,
own
we all-
meanings for it,
yeah.
which is why I was fine with doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so, but Camila didn't realize, but
Yeah, I don't
anyways,
think
go
she
ahead.
realized.
For me, like, the meet and greet, I spaced out.
Yeah.
My head was so far gone.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't remember most of it because I was so, like, excited and nervous. I had this
Yeah.
long story, like she did, but I wanted to tell her about the friend
Yeah, that
that-
we brought up earlier.
Yeah.
you know, basically decided she didn't want to be my friend anymore.
And then started using Camila against her.
Yeah.
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 She basically said that, like, I wasn't a big enough fan of Camila's to deserve to meet her.
Yeah.
And-
Which is the total lie.
Like,
Total
how are
bull.
you about to tell someone, I like them more, so I deserve to meet them?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, total bullshit.
I mean, I'll be honest, like, I know they would be happy for me, but if I met Five Sauce and they didn't, they'd probably be like, we got you into them.
Oh my
like,
god.
that, like, I get that. But, like,
Yeah.
Delaney liked Camila all on her own. Like, this
Yeah.
girl did not introduce her to Camila,
Mhm.
so.
And, like, we had gone through something similar in the past with Five Sauce, because I did get her into them.
Yeah.
But, like, we got over it, we got past it, and, like, I really thought we had grown as
People.
people and
You're adults.
in our friendship.
Yeah.
So, like, I really thought this wouldn't be an issue, and then it was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Something's Gotta Give meant a lot to me, and I wanted to tell this to Camila, and, like, because it broke my heart. And when I got to her, like, I froze, I panicked. I didn't even tell her my name.
Yeah.
So I remember, like, hugging her, and she's like, hey, cutie, and, like, I just, like, once the picture was over, I, like, moved around her because I was gonna leave,
Yeah.
and she's
Yeah.
like, wait, what's your name?
Which I thought was really cute.
Yeah,
like, that
that's
she
so
didn't want her to
cute.
leave without knowing her name. I thought
Yeah.
that was really cute.
So I told her my name, and I really don't even remember what she said after that. But I know that she called me cutie, and she, like, did one of these things.
Yeah.
I love you.
I think, like, when
So I
you
took
walked
it
out,
back.
she was just like, you said your name was Delaney, and then she was probably like, I love you, bye, Delaney. Like,
And
she was
Yeah.
I
probably-
do actually, yeah, before I moved around her, I did show her my tattoo. And she's like, yeah, your friend showed me.
Yeah, so mind you,
So I felt like an idiot.
I didn't really see her meeting Camila. Like, I saw, like, her posing for the picture, but I watched her meet Camila. And I feel like such an asshole, but, like, when Delaney showed her tattoo, and Camila was like, yeah, your friend showed me. I was like, there's no way I'm showing her mine. Because she's going to be like, yeah, your two friends showed me. Which, like, obviously, like,
You didn't
how
wanna
am
be annoying.
how am I supposed to know? Like, I mean, I guess I can assume that they would have showed her. But, like, I could be like, yeah, like, I'm the third one, you know? But as soon as I saw, like, her be like, yeah, your friend told me to her, I was like, not bringing up the tattoo. No. So, I don't want to say this, but this is based on what they've told me. I had the best experience meeting Camila, apparently.
Yeah.
Which I did. Like, for my own personal self, I was very, very satisfied. Oh my god, like, I'm gonna cry. So, she walked out, and, like, she was in the midst, you were in the midst of walking out, and the guy was like, go ahead, and I wanted you to, like, you know, like, I didn't, like, it's not like I wanted to, like, rush you out before I went in, but, like,
Yeah.
you were still walking out, and in case she wanted to talk to you, like, I waited.
Yeah.
So, I walked in, and Camila, like, you know, had her arms open, so I hugged her, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I said, hi, Camila. So we hugged, and I was like, hi, Camila, and she was like, what's your name? And I was like, Kaylin, and then the photographer starts, like, getting ready to take the picture, so I'm like, oh. So I said my name was Kaylin, and then I turned, and we took the right before we took the picture, I said, but my friends call me Kaylee. And she goes, Kaylee! And then we smiled for the picture. And I'm like, I don't know what came over me, because usually I'm like them. Like, I space out and I leave and I don't say anything.
Yeah.
But something came over me and I was like, I can't leave. Like, I took my picture and, like, Camila kind of turned. Like, I think she was getting ready for the next person. But I was like, I can't leave. So I looked at Camila, like, I turned back towards her after the picture. And I looked at her. And I said, I just wanted to tell you, your song, Real Friends, I was like, this is like so, but I was like, you know that gif of that black girl in front of the computer, and she kind of backs up, and like a single tear comes down, and she goes, wow, and Camila goes, yeah, and I was like, that was me after I heard Real Friends, and she just kind of was like, oh, she just kind of looked at me, and she was like, oh, and then I was like kind of like spacing out in what I wanted to say, but I just looked at her and I was like, I know you've probably heard this like a million times, like how Real Friends means a lot to people, but I just wanted to tell you that, like, I had a hard time in high school. Like, obviously high school is really hard. And she looked at me and she was like, yeah, high school is like really hard. And I was like, yeah. And I looked at her and I was like, this song just means so much to me. And she was like kind of like she was like intently looking at me. Like I felt like she was really listening to me. So I was like, this song like means a lot to me, and she was kind of just staring at me. And like I didn't know what to say. Like I blanked. So I just looked at her and I was like, thank you for writing this song. And she was like, she like went like this, and she was like, oh, and she was like, give me a big hug, and she was like, I love you, and I was like, I love you too. And then I was like, I told her, I said, good luck tonight, because I knew she was on like vocal rest and stuff. Which, by the way, I was very happy that she did talk to me. Like, very, very happy. And I did see her talk to her, so I knew that like she was gonna talk to me. I was like, thank God. But so I told her, I said, good luck tonight. Like, I'm sure you're gonna do. I think I said like, I'm excited for the show, like, I'm sure you're gonna do great, or something. And she looked at me, and she was like, oh, like, thank you so much. And then she was like, thank you for coming, I hope you have fun. And then I went to go, oh my God, okay. So, like, I wasn't sure if I was gonna cry or not. Like, I really didn't think I was going to. Like, I was, like, more so excited than, like, oh my God. So, I went to go walk out, and Camila looks at me and goes, bye, Kaylee. And like I said, my friends call me Kaylee. So I literally went, and I started shaking.
She came out crying.
Yeah, I walked out, and I was expecting my friends to be standing there, but they were in the lobby.
They kind of pushed us out.
Yeah.
They're like, you need to go out in the lobby. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so I was like kind of expecting my friends to be there, but they weren't. So I was like, oh, okay. So I grabbed my stuff, and mind you, I'm shaking. Like, I'm grabbing my stuff shaking. And then I started walking, and I figured they were in the lobby.
Yeah.
So I started walking out to the lobby, and I was, like, going like this. And then when I got to them, I started crying.
Yeah.
Like, and, like, they kind of looked at me, because, like, they didn't know if something happened with, like, maybe security, or, like, they didn't know. So I walked up to them, and I was like, I told her that my name's Kaylin, and my friends call me Kaylee, and she said, bye, Kaylee. And, like, I started, like, crying, and they were like, oh, my God. Like,
Yeah.
I just... That, like, if she hadn't have said, bye, Kaylee, I would have been fine. But when she was like, bye, Kaylee, I was like, because, like, it meant a lot to me, because she's, like, she's saying she's my friend. Like, I was like, shit. So, I had an amazing time meeting her. Like, I really, really, and she was adorable.
Yeah.
She was
Yes,
so
she was so
adorable.
So cute.
She was very cute. So, you know, we all met her, and then we bought our merch. And we had to go back outside to get in for the concert, which I thought was a little stupid.
Yeah.
But, so we were like, okay, whatever. So she wanted to go to the car to, you know, like, she had heels on. So she wanted to change her shoe, because she wanted to be taller for the picture.
Yeah, I did.
So, you know, like, we got ready, we went out to the car. It was right across from the theater. You know, we sat in the car for, like, a couple minutes, and, like, you know, she changed her shirt, because she wanted to wear her Camila shirt, and, like, whatever.
Wearing long sleeves.
Yeah. So basically, you know, like, we went, and got in line for the concert, and originally, there's a security, like, there was a line next to the venue, and then there's a line across the street. So the guy, like, looked at us, and he was like, general admission across the street. So we had general admission tickets, but we were VIP.
Yeah.
So I think general admission, like, people that weren't VIP were across the street.
Yeah.
Because this lady looked at us, because we had our wristbands on, and this lady was like, white wristbands? And we looked at her and we were like, yeah. And she was like, we're lined up by the number on our wristbands, which, like, we were fine getting at the end of the line, because, like, obviously, like, we took our time getting out there.
Yeah.
So we were like, it is what it is. But apparently people complained. And they were like, no, like, I'm VIP, which, I mean, it sounds so, like, petty. But, like, and it wasn't us that did it. But, like I said, we were fine getting at the end of the line.
Yeah.
But I guess, like, people complained, and they were like, no, I'm VIP, I deserve to get in first. Which sounds, like, so, like...
But,
I
like,
mean,
they were there first.
Yeah, like, those people, we had been there, like, for all day. So I guess, in a sense, it was fair.
Yeah.
So, we were, like, 36, 37, 38, or something like that. I'm 30, I went last, so I was 38. So, we lined up, and, like, we were like, shit, like, okay, fine, if, like, we can get in sooner, we can get in, like, quicker. So, we waited outside for, like, an hour.
Yeah.
It wasn't really bad. And then they let us in the venue, and, you know, we had to, like, scan our tickets and everything. And they were like, no running, which, like, yeah, like, they didn't want people trampling each other, which obviously
Yeah.
people don't listen. And it was kind of funny, because I was, like, walking, like, kind of taking my time.
Yeah, me too.
And this girl went around me, and she was like, he didn't say we could walk fast.
Yeah.
And I laughed.
I
I was
heard
like,
that.
oh, my God.
Yeah.
But,
So we get up there.
yeah.
We're like 2-3 rows away from the barricade.
Which, like, which, mind you, she's 5'1".
Yeah.
So we wanted to get up, like, me and her, we're taller. I'm 5'8",
Yeah.
she's 5'11".
Yeah.
So we were like, you know, like, if we don't get barricade, like, it's fine, but we wanted it for her.
Yeah.
So we could see, like, where we were at when we first got in, she had a perfect spot
Yeah,
for
she
her.
could
We
see.
were like,
I
oh,
could
thank
see.
God, like, this has worked out great.
Yeah.
So,
And then this fucking tall ass guy, over 6 feet,
yeah.
pushes his way up, which I understand at a concert there's gonna be pushing, whatever. And
With
like, I didn't
this-
really care being like right up there. But he stands right in front of the shortest girl.
And mind you, though, not only did he stand right in front of her, general admission was starting to fill up because more people
Yeah.
were coming in. This guy, no excuse me,
Yeah.
no, all my friends are up there, like, pardon me, slamming into people, just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so, like, if he would have said excuse me, when he bumped into me and her.
Yeah.
So if he would have said excuse me, I would have been 100% okay.
Because that's what you
Like,
do
you
when
want to
bump
get
into people.
you want to get to your friends, like, that's completely fine with me, whatever. This man did not say excuse me. He was rude as hell, and he stands right in front of me. Like, after he bumped into me and he didn't say excuse me, I was a little pissed off. And then when he stands right in front of her, I lost it.
Yeah.
I went, oh, hell no. I went, bullshit. And, like, Madison was like, calm down, because she didn't want me to start a fight before the show even started. And I was like, bullshit. And, like, he kind of, like, I didn't realize that his friend was, like, next to us, but he kind of, like, looked at me. And I was like, and, like, they got, basically, I was, like, pissed, because, like, my friend can't see now. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, bullshit.
Like, have some common decency after you already bumped into me, like, really hard.
She was like freaking out, and I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I
I
mean,
can't see anything now.
yeah, like, because, I mean, and I know in, like, our last video they said I'm dramatic, but, like, I'm very easygoing. In situations like, if I wasn't with her, I would have been fine. I would have been like, he bumped into me, he was rude, but it's whatever,
Yeah.
I'm here for the show. But when he got in front of her, that's what got me. Like, that's what made me really pissed off.
Yeah.
So, that happened. Okay, whatever. So, then,
People start filling in.
yeah, it was filling in. Like, the general admission
And-
was getting full.
Yeah. And like, I've been to concerts, I've been to general admission, and I know there's pushing. But usually people say sorry. I mean, maybe that's just like a Kansas thing.
Or
I
New
don't
York.
know.
I
But,
thought
like-
New York was a little,
like,
but,
at one point I accidentally hit this girl in the face with my elbow, and as soon as I noticed it, I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, because like, I don't mean to do that.
yeah.
And like, I understand at a concert there's gonna be pushing and shoving, but these people, even before the concert, it was constant pushing.
Like, when people were still filling in, there was, like, massive
Yeah.
shoving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, I got here in the front first. Like, go to the fucking
Yeah.
back. Like,
And like, for me personally, like, obviously, yeah, I want to be up close, but if I don't get right up close, I just deal with it. I'm
Yep.
like, those people got there first, like, good for them. I'm still this close to this person that I love.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even minded it, like, if people were moving up, if they weren't
Yeah.
so
weren't-
rude about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I were, like, the last person coming in, yeah, I'd want to, like, push my way up if I could.
Yeah.
But I'd still be like, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Like,
So, and then it's like 7:30 and the show starts at 8, and people are already chanting for Bozzy, which
Yeah. He was the opener, obviously.
Yeah, I understand, and like, it's his home city, so like, I understand people being excited, but I'm like, he's not gonna come out until fucking 8 o'clock. Calm
Like, you
down.
chanting is not gonna make him come out any quicker.
Yeah, and there was this annoying guy with a whiteboard.
Which is the guy, mind you, that pushed us and stood in front of her.
No, it was his
no,
friend.
it was his friend. He was
Yeah.
the first one that came up.
It
Yeah.
was the whiteboard kid that
No, it
stood in
wasn't.
front of at first, and then he moved.
Maybe.
And then the other guy
Yeah.
went in front of you after.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, yeah. So by the time Bozzy comes on, like, we are packed like sardines. Like, we
Yeah.
can't even lift our fucking arms.
Mind you, like, when Bazzi did come out, it got even worse.
Yeah.
Like, the shoving,
And
like,
it was still shoving
the
constantly.
shoving and pushing was already bad, and when Bazzi came out, everybody was, like, basically, like, shoving like this.
Yes.
Like, just full force, like...
And there's these people behind me who kept, like, pushing against me, and I started pushing back against them. Because I was like,
Yeah.
stop pushing me.
She was standing her ground, which...
Yeah, and I was, like, behind them, and I'm like, I'm not moving any closer because there's nowhere for me to go.
Yeah. So Bazzi's out, and, like, we were very close to Bazzi, so
Yeah.
I was trying to get into it. Like, I really only know Mine.
I didn't really know his songs.
Like, I only know his song Mine, which...
But, like, I have nothing against him. I just...
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was really cute. We were all saying, like, he's very,
It's
very
like,
cute
dang,
in person.
okay.
Yeah.
He was wearing Red Wings.
Yeah. But, like, I couldn't fucking move.
So, during Bazzi is when things started to take a turn for the worst.
There was these girls behind me. Granted, they never said a word to me, and they're the ones who kept pushing me. This girl started using my fucking shoulder to rest her hand on while she filmed. And she didn't even ask me, she didn't do anything. And, like, I kept, like, shrugging it off, because, like, I didn't want to start shit. And, like, I kept shrugging her off. I shrugged her off, like, 4 times, if not more. And she kept fucking doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pissing me the fuck off.
Yeah.
And they're constant fucking pushing into me.
Yeah, which, like, during Bazzi, like, mind you, like, we were... And I'm not being dramatic. Like, I know I'm the dramatic
Yeah,
one.
I
but,
know.
like...
We were up against each other. Like, butts were on crotches.
Yeah, it
Yeah, like-
continued to get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, so we
Throughout
were
the show.
kind of, like... Okay, so I have severe knee problems. Like, my knee pops out all the time if I, like, turn the wrong way. Like, I have very bad kneecaps, and I unfortunately forgot my knee brace this day. Like, I was
Yeah.
going to bring it because I knew I was general admission, but I forgot. So I started to get a little bit of anxiety because the way that the crowds were pushing, people were falling forward, and I was like, if my knee falls the wrong way, I'm done. Like,
And
we're gonna have to leave.
During Bazzi and, like, right after him, I saw 3 people have to get lifted out of the barricade, and
Yep.
one girl was fully passed out.
And the concert, I mean, like, Bazzi, obviously, like, he opened the show, but, like, we really had only been in there for, like, an hour.
Yeah.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one guy, his girlfriend, like, couldn't handle it anymore, so he was trying to get her back out, and people weren't fucking moving for him to get out.
Yeah, and he
Like-
literally was like, take my spot, take my
Yeah.
spot, I gotta get her out,
Yeah.
I gotta get her. Which, like, first of all, you can take his spot, so, like, let him out.
Yeah.
And second of all, his girlfriend was about to, like, pass out, and, like,
Yeah.
we were saying, like, it was really cute. Like, obviously, he was concerned about her,
Yeah.
it's his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But, like, it was so cute. Like, he was so stressed. He was like, I need to get her out, I need to get her out, like, move. And, like,
Yeah.
as soon as he came my way, I went like this. I was like, go
Yeah.
ahead. Like,
And at this point, I think we all started having thoughts like, I don't know if I can handle being up here.
yeah, and, like, there was this girl next to me, and she was pissed. Like,
Yeah.
because her friend was, like, shoulder to shoulder with me,
Mhm.
and she looked at her and she goes, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
She was like, this is too damn much.
And so, like,
Yeah.
And by the time Camila came out, those people who were behind me somehow pushed their way in between me and them.
Yeah, after Bazzi, things got worse.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
And they
Camila,
started
like, we were
pushing,
there.
like, towards the left and right. There was a part where we were, like, swaying.
Yeah.
for a little bit.
No, I brought this up to them. I was not facing the stage center. I was sideways.
Yeah.
That's how close. Like, if I would have turned sideways, I would have, like bumped
Yeah.
went into people.
Yeah.
So, like, I felt uncomfortable because I was like, I don't want to have to watch the concert like this. Like, my
Yeah.
back is going to cramp. So I was, like,
Yeah.
trying to turn. And, like, during Bazzi, he had everyone, like, going like this. So, you know,
And I'm
wanted
like-
to- oh, wait, your arm's not.
I'm like,
Yeah. So I was, I wanted to be involved in the concert. So I managed to get my arm up. When I went to go put my arm down, I couldn't.
yeah.
Like, my arm was, like, stuck like this. So, like, I was like, oh my god. Like, I was trying, and, like, I didn't want to, like, I know it's part of a concert, but I didn't want to hit people.
I know, and, like, I didn't want to pull
Like,
people's
I'm
hair
very, and, like, the one girl that was really close to me, I looked at her, and I was like, I'm sorry I'm so close to you, but, like, it's not really my...
Yeah.
And she just kind of, like, rolled her eyes at me, and she was like, yeah, it's not your fault, whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, she was annoyed, but not with me.
Yeah.
She was annoyed with, like, the situation. But I managed to get my arm down. Like, I ended up, like, kind of doing one of these, like, really
Yeah.
fast, and it was so awkward.
Yeah. But, like,
But-
after Bazzi, I knew it was going to get even worse with Camila.
Yeah.
Because she was
And-
everyone was there for her.
Yeah.
Like,
And so Camila comes out, and, like, I'm, like, 3 or 4 people. Well, probably not that many.
and we
but-
got separated a little.
Yeah.
Like, me and
And
Delaney
I
were...
worry about her because I lost her at 5 Sauce in a mosh pit the week before,
Which
and so
was
like I was so
honestly
worried.
awesome.
But like
Yeah.
I was worried and everything, and you know we're watching Camila, and I'm 5'11", and I could barely even fucking see her, and I was like 5 people away from the barricade, and like I couldn't move, and I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, like like we've said, we have been to concerts, we've been to general admission,
Yeah.
and like people, I've never in my life been to a concert where people were this rude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I
aggressive.
know that it's inevitable to bump into people or, like, accidentally, like, elbow someone, but, like, people usually go, like, oh, I'm sorry if they know. Like, some people don't notice.
Yeah, they don't notice. That's
But,
okay.
like, this, and, like, not to be, like, but my dad, when he knew I was coming to Detroit, he was like, be careful. There's assholes in Detroit. And I was like, Dad, like, he's a dad. So I was like, Dad, like, whatever, like,
Yeah.
dramatic. After the concert, I kid you not, I texted my dad, I go, you were right.
Yeah.
I was like, I should have listened to
So
you.
thankfully, like, I don't know if it was after the first or the second song, but Delaney was like, I'm getting out.
Yeah, she couldn't, and I even told Madison, like, right before Camila came out, like, I felt my knee buckle a couple
Yeah.
times, so I was, like, really scared, and I turned and I looked at Madison, and I was like, I'm just letting you know, like, I don't know if I can do this, like,
Yeah.
I felt bad, because,
Yeah.
like, I didn't want them to have to go to the back because of my knee problems,
Yeah.
but, like, I literally looked at Madison, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
And I was like, well, if you need to go, you can.
While we were
Yeah, and I was like, I was kind of like, okay, but, like, she meant
Yeah.
she would come with
Yeah.
me, but,
Yeah.
when we were waiting for Camila to come out, like I was getting really hot and really
Yeah.
dehydrated.
Yeah.
And then, luckily, like the girl behind me was really nice. Like she
she
kept
was very, very
she
nice.
kept
she's very
accidentally
nice.
pulling on my hair, and like I was like, and she's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And she had her mom with her, and they had a water bottle, and like they had just finished taking a sip, and I was like, I'm sorry to be weird, but can I please have a sip of your water?
And they let her, like, she just waterfalled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, right, like I said in the beginning, she could see.
Yeah.
Okay? And, like, the first guy that, like, was in her way, like, moved.
Mhm.
His friend, mind you, also very tall,
Mm-hmm.
stands in front of her.
Yeah.
So you could, like, I just saw, like, her face. Like, she was, like...
Yeah.
So I was, like... I didn't want to be like I was before. Like, I didn't want to be, like, bullshit. Like, I didn't want to be, like, annoying. So I just, like, I was kind of like, okay. And I told her, I said, listen, you don't really care to see Bazzi. That's not why we're here. So if he's still in front of you after Bazzi, I will politely be like, hey, like, listen, man, like, can you try to move over a little? My friend can't see. You know. So after Bazzi ends, and mind you, like, this guy, like, we were hoping, like, maybe he wanted to be close for Bazzi. Like, we knew it was kind of,
Yeah.
like, not
Yeah.
really, but... So, this guy, complete and utter asshole. Like, I've dealt with assholes, but, like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Like, he literally at one point turned, like, she wasn't paying attention. He turned around, and if you turn around and you have to go like this, someone's short. They're shorter, like, very short, like, no offense, but... So he turns around, looks at her, goes like this, and then, like, looks her up and down, and goes,
Yeah.
and then turned back around. And I saw this. She didn't see it, but I
Yeah.
did. And I went, oh, buddy, you just did the wrong damn thing.
Yeah.
And I looked at I turned and looked at Madison, and I told her, and she was like, are you effing kidding me? And I was like, no. And, like, I didn't know what to, because I knew he was an asshole, and
Yeah.
I didn't want it to, like, escalate and then have to be kicked out because he made it worse than it needed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do I do? Like, I need this guy away. And then, also, like we said, and, like, you know, people were starting to complain that it was getting cramped. So doesn't he turn around, like, look at the crowd and goes, ugh, this is general admission. You shouldn't have gotten it if you can't handle it. And then he goes, I've been to a lot in my day. They weren't even they were worse than this. And I was like, I don't know where the fuck you've been going, but this is bad.
Yeah.
Like, that was bad. And so he was just like, you could tell he was a pretentious little dick.
Yeah.
So,
I couldn't see anything. I couldn't, like, I couldn't breathe, I felt like, because
Yeah.
the air was so hot.
the air was
And I was
like,
literally chest to back with him.
oh.
And then I had somebody behind me that was also pushed
At
up against
one
me.
point, there was, like, and I mean, I'm not trying to be like, oh, it was a guy, that's why I was uncomfortable, because, like, if it was a girl, I would have been uncomfortable, too. But, like, at one point, like, this guy was so close to me. Like, we were literally, like, his, like, crotch was on my ass. Like, if I would have, like, went to go back up, I would have felt like I was, like, twerking on him. Like,
Yeah.
I was severely uncomfortable. And, like, I go to summer jam in my city, which, like, is general admission, and, like, I'm always very close to people. But there's a little room to, like, you know, stretch your leg out a little if you have to, or, like, move your arm, you know. Like, you're not, like, recording your, like, this.
Yeah.
And, like,
I was like this most of the show.
I'm
'cause I
a
was
very, very big recorder. Like, at concerts, I record everything. I hate that I'm like that, but it's just how I am. So, when Camila came out for Never Be the Same, I was trying to record, and then during She Loves Control, which was the second song, she's 5'11", I'm 5'8", we're like we were starting to let people in front of us,
Yeah,
because we couldn't handle, like, these people, like, anymore, so we were like, go in front of us, like, whatever.
I couldn't see her, and I'm 5'11".
We were we were fairly close to the stage, and we couldn't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Delaney, because, like, all of a sudden, like, I was trying to enjoy the show, you know, because I knew that she did a whole dance for She Loves Control, so it's like, I really want to see it. All of a sudden, Madison tapped my shoulder, and she goes, Delaney's getting out. She goes, she can't do it.
Yeah.
So, obviously, my immediate thought is, like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, and after the concert, I made a joke. I was like, what would you guys have done if I wanted to stay? And they were like, you could have.
You
like,
could
we
have
really
stayed.
wouldn't have been
Yeah.
upset. But, like, we were there together. So, like, I wanted to stay
And, like,
together.
I was low-key thankful that one of them wanted to leave.
Yeah, I was
I think we were all just kind of waiting for one of us to be like, let's
we
go.
were waiting for one of us. And I even, like, in the car, I was like, so what was the breaking point for you? Because, like, I'm resilient. Like, at concerts, like, I take a lot more shit than I should.
Yeah.
Like, if I need to sit down, I really should sit down, but I don't. Like,
Yeah,
I'm the type of person that, like, I'm very, like, in the moment. So, like,
So,
for her, like, it would have taken a lot. Like, I was getting there,
yeah.
but I was willing to stick it out because Camila was on
So
stage, and I was
close.
like, I want to see this. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the combination of things because I couldn't see, I couldn't move,
yeah.
And it's
and
getting really hot.
it was getting so hot I felt like I was gonna suffocate.
So you even said, you were like, I couldn't see anyway, so, like, what was going to the back going to do?
Yeah.
And, like, we couldn't see anyway either,
Yeah.
so we were like, yeah, the back's not going to
So,
be much different.
at least in the back, like we had a little bit more space.
We were
Yes.
dancing.
We were dancing.
Yeah, we
like,
could dance.
and it already felt cooler as soon as we got back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had, like, a big screen, and you could see her. And, like, I could see her from the back.
I couldn't see her really.
I had to get on my tippy toes
I
to
mean,
see
yeah, I
her.
got on my tippy toes, but, like, I could see her a lot of the time. Or I just watched the screen, and plus her visuals were amazing.
Her visuals were incredible.
I kind of didn't really mind not being able to see her at that point because at least I could dance and like get into the songs.
See, like, I ended up not recording anymore. Like, I did record
Yeah.
Real Friends because it meant a lot to me. But I ended up not recording, and she even
Me
said
too.
to me, she was like, I'm very surprised that you're not recording. And I was like, I can't see shit anyway, so I might as well enjoy it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of how I got. Like, I was actually recording Scar Tissue, and then my phone was like, your iCloud storage is full. And I'm like, God damn it. But so then, like, I just put my phone away, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna enjoy the concert.
Yeah, so, I mean, we ended up having a really good time. Like, we really ended up having a good time. The one thing that ruined it for me was the crowd, which
Yeah,
that's not
for
Camila's fault. Like, Camila put on, and
Amazing show.
I was a little upset just because they watched a live stream when the show started, like when the tour started.
Yeah.
I didn't, because I wanted to see it in person, and then I couldn't even see.
Yeah.
Like, I could not see her dance moves at all, which
Yeah.
kind of really did upset me. Like, her live vocals were amazing, but I wanted to be able to see
Yeah.
her dancing and, like, interacting and, like,
Yeah,
so that did upset me.
Yeah, that crowd was horrible.
But that was probably, the concert itself was incredible.
Yeah.
But in terms of the crowd, that was the worst show I've ever been to. In terms of, like, the people
Yeah.
that were there.
For sure.
agree.
For me. Yeah.
And, like, but basically, long story short, like, meeting Camila was amazing. Like, I know they, like, wish they would have said more.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, meeting her, like, she was just as sweet as I imagined
Yeah,
her
exactly.
to be.
Yeah. And I
Like,
still am
she's
so
the
grateful.
same person she is that you, like, see in videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an act.
Mhm.
And, yeah, like, we had an amazing time. I just wish people were more considerate of
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're at a concert and, like, you want to be, like, close and you want to, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, everyone's there for the same reason. And, like, you have to be respectful.
And you gotta just accept it sometimes that you're not gonna be barricade.
Yeah, like, I mean, I get, like, if someone leaves, like, trying to get closer, you know. But, like, if you're in the back, you're in the back.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to put up with it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, and I will say, too, like, I said this to her, as amazing as it was, like, it really was amazing, it's a lot of waiting around for very little things.
Yeah.
Like, we waited around for an hour and a half for a 3-minute Q&A.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
And we waited around for, like, an hour for a 2-second picture. Like, obviously, the picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
And meeting her was... I'm not mad about the money I spent at
Me
all.
either.
Like, I'm very, very satisfied.
Yeah.
And we get a signed poster, too. I
Yeah.
keep forgetting.
Yeah, I'd do it again.
They sent it to our house. Like, I think, depending on, like, how much it is, I would like to meet Camila on all her tours. Like, I'd like to, like, go to each tour she does and meet her and, like, you know... I've seen people do that, and, like, I think it's so cute. Like, oh, this is when I met them on this tour and this tour. Like, yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's very... I want to try.
Yeah.
But I will say, we paid like $271 with tax and everything.
Mm-hmm.
These people that pay like $800 for the same experience that we had, I don't think I could do it.
No.
Like, obviously, like, Ariana Grande, like, I adore her. And I'm thinking about buying meet and greet for the next tour. I don't know if I'm going to. But, like, it's literally going to be the same thing as Camila was. But Camila was $260 and Ariana's is like $800. Like, yeah. We'll see. You'll hear about it when I go to we're going to Ariana together. She doesn't really like her, but yeah, so look forward, and then we're seeing Taylor Swift.
And Camila again.
And then she's going to in August.
Yeah, I'm still going to Taylor, don't worry.
She
Yeah.
found another friend.
She has other friends. Forget the other one.
Yeah.
Karma.
Karma.
Karma's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anything else? And we got our cute merch, and and it was mostly just an experience for the three of us.
Yeah.
Like we said, like, this was, like, the point of our trip. Like, obviously, like, we hung out and, like, we did other things, like our tattoos and everything, but this was the point of our trip, and I would say it was a success.
Yeah.
And now the countdown begins for Taylor Swift for us, and then Ariana hopefully soon for us. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you like these kinds of videos, you can expect another one in September from us. And obviously other videos from me. I know I say this all the time, but I really... She's up my ass, okay? You guys should be thankful for her.
She's been telling me for like 3 months she's gonna record Real Friends.
As a cover on my music channel, which,
Yeah.
if you're not subscribed, it'll be linked down below.
Uh-huh.
No, but thank you so much for watching. If you were thinking about meeting Camila on, like, Reputation tour or something, I would do it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
She's worth the money.
So
Yeah.
sweet.
She is worth the money.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, so I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you're watching this from, or night, or morning, whatever. And I will see you guys in my next video, which
Will be before September.
is going to be, I already know what it's going to be. It's going to be a haul because I'm a shopaholic and I bought a bunch of shit I don't need in Michigan.
Yay!
So I will be filming a haul in my usual background. So I will see you guys then.
Bye, sisters.
Bye, sisters!